सीखा लिया करो अल्लाह ही अल्लाह अल्लाह ही अल्लाह अल्लाह ही अल्लाह किया करो दुख न किसी को दिया करो जो दुनिया का मालिक है खामोशी का लिया करो अल्लाह ही अल्लाह अल्लाह ही अल्लाह Just like a sunrise can't be denied, no. Just like the river will find the sea. Oh Allah, you're here, you're always near, and I know without a doubt that you always hear my prayer. सच की राह पे चला करो, दुख न किसी को दिया करो, जो दुनिया का मालिक है खामोशी का लिया करो अल्लाह ही अल्लाह अल्लाह ही अल्लाह अल्लाह ही अल्लाह किया करो दुख न किसी को दिया करो जो दुनिया का मालिक है खामोशी का लिया करो अल्लाह ही अल्लाह अल्लाह ही अल्लाह
So now it's 30 million or 25 million. So the number is going to go gradually up, not 57. It may be 75%. Understand? And if you translate it into numbers, it's just hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people. And you can very well establish this fact that they were of Islamic heritage, because when you look at the cultural practices still going on in Jamaica, you find lots of Islamic cultural practices. The greeting in Moore Town, that's another Maroon community, is Assalamu Alaikum. This is an official council greeting and it still continues today. Now if you understand again what is Assalamu Alaikum, the universal Islamic greeting, it means that the entire leadership had to be Muslims, including Grandi Nanny Sarah, because it was under Grandi Nanny's directive that the council was formed.
जो दुनिया का मालिक है खामोशी का लिया करो अल्लाह ही अल्लाह अल्लाह ही अल्लाह अल्लाह ही अल्लाह किया करो दुख न किसी को दिया करो जो दुनिया का मालिक है खामोशी का लिया करो अल्लाह ही अल्लाह अल्लाह ही अल्लाह अल्लाह ही अल्लाह किया करो दुख न किसी को दिया करो जो दुनिया का मालिक है खामोशी का लिया करो अल्लाह ही अल्लाह Allah hi Allah Allah hi Allah Allah hi Allah
You know, you them kind of reggae again at all. Coming from the youth them, no, just three little tap on a computer key and there's a rhythm that hands up, oh gosh man, may I tell you man, saxophone, trombone, trumpet, them things they know in the music again. Music get dim. Get dim. Yes. And the weirdest thing, the computer can play anything where you want it play, you know. The computer can play anything where you want it play. It's just that everyone who have a computer now feels him is a musician. Because he can make a rhythm with just tap him finger and make a rhythm. No construction, no. You tell a you about bridge, no, I'm going to wonder where that you talk about in a music. He say, go to the bridge. He say, which bridge? How you talk about? Fern Gully Bridge is not a bridge. Bagwag Bridge is not a bridge neither. But we saw we are going still. The music is spreading more and more all over the world, over the globe. And them latch on, the people them latch on pan those were the days music. Terrible thing for go latch on pan those were the days music. And you let it go. Yeah man. Jamaica let it go, make it gone. Abroad. So you keep a show down here, so you can't put certain artists on the show. You have to put the finger tapping keyboard music on the show with some DJ. May I tell you, it's terrible. We have to live with it. We have to live with it though, believe you me, we have to live with it. Just a different way now. Not even the best way, just a different way. Because we're not going to say it's a better way, it's a different way. You know, it's a different way to make music. And where we already call music, no, the man, they must say, a foolishness. Can you imagine me a play all that in a, where you just hear a while ago in a session? The patron, they would have called police and tell them to lock down sound. You can't just imagine them being set up that session, no other play. I mean, you can play them a certain session still, you know. Yeah, you can play them a certain session, but like the mass session where you have people ready to jump up in the air like them are idiot and jump off a box. You can imagine you stand up and play all them tune there where we just play in a session. Just me man, the patron them would have gang up and you call police, tell them to lock up the sound because I play foolishness. Yeah man, me I play a session already, you know. I'm gonna put on Dennis Brown and some you come ask me if me can play some reggae. I've been asked me where you call this when I play. Him say, you don't know what me I talk about, man. I DJ music him I talk about, no, you know, but and some music where me not gonna play. Me definitely not gonna play it. You know see it? But I find that the youth them now don't really want to hear nothing where them never know, where them parents did know. I only for youth now, them don't want to listen to what them parents listen to. It's the weirdest thing because when me a youth I go to school, me I listen to where my parents them did listen to, and my mother got friend go buy a record for me which she knows me love. Them days we are soul boy. I go and marry to and all them way there. Stylistics, Manhattans, you know what I mean, Delphonics. And she bring them, come make we hear them. And then we did have the reggae rock steady era there, but she didn't listen to when me didn't listen to that she could have got foreign go buy music for me. And me didn't listen to what she didn't listen to when she had picked me. That me could have known certain artists. Now the weirdest thing is that me I listen to what the youth them I listen to. I'm still I listen to what my mother did I listen to. I'm still I listen to what me love. When my mother used to buy for me, I still I love them. But guess what? My mother listen to when my music or when me love, and when I'm a picnic, and me listen to when my mother did love, and me I listen to when the youth them love. No, but guess what? The youth them nah listen to nothing more than what them want here in this time, yeah. Them don't want to hear nothing else. Them just want to hear now. I just know with them, if them are 20, them don't want to hear nothing over 10 years old. 10 years. They don't want to hear nothing over 10 years. And now them want to hear now, like we are going now. Narrow, very narrow. Very narrow. Not to mention other genre of music. Not worse now. The genre of music where them want to hear is where now. That's when they can come up on YouTube and see Rihanna, Beyonce, Britney Spears, and all of them American artists, the rapper them. Some of the rapper them, I don't even know them, but me I listen to them. And that them want to hear. Them don't want to hear nothing when them never born. Can you imagine that? And music so vast and diverse. Music is so vast and diverse, man. Conscious is the mind that appreciates all music. Music exalts your state of mind. At least some music exalts your state of mind. I mean, say, me give thanks for my openness towards music. That me can play certain music now and make young people hear and love it. And me can play the music that me love listen to. And when me do a certain session, I play the music that my mother did love. Yes. That's a serious thing. So we'll go back to some production from the man called Jack Ruby. This is, for those of you who don't know, but Bunny Rugg used to sing by himself one time, you know. The late great Bunny Rugg used to lead Third World, yes. Him did down here to make music. Cutting edge, you know, we hear the advertisement of the Freddie Jackson show. Sunday, we're going to play up there. The entire year we play up there, so you know, say, I don't know entire year, at least some people think. When time we go to them show, there are different kind of music. You know, this is a reggae radio station. You can't play certain music from a reggae radio station. But when we go to them show there, we free up ourselves and play where we love and where we know so the people them love. Especially those people who love Freddie Jackson. You understand? Big artists. Pity I can't play Freddie Jackson for and you know Tracy know Freddie Jackson. Tracy you know Freddie Jackson, don't it? You don't know Freddie Jackson? It's what I mean. And Tracy, I all man in life, she don't know Freddie Jackson. Anyway, back to Jack Ruby. Tyrone Taylor. Everybody know Tyrone Taylor when Cottage and Nigger. Hey, by the way, you know something, I'm not talking about the Freddie Jackson show. How many ever hear them take off Dennis Brown and Greg Isaacs off a show yet because them involved with coke? Me don't know. Me never hear nobody say why we could exalt Greg Isaacs off a show because he's a cokehead or Dennis Brown. Me never hear that they not go on with them people that are alive. So me don't know, it's a new thing now. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. People have their own little conservative views and ideas. You understand? Say, all right, so the police them say, them find George Nooks with coke. And then you hear them say, George Nooks is no longer on the show, the Freddie Jackson show there, at upper, the sports complex there. I'm going out in my head and I try to remember if there was any time when any show I keep and them say them know everybody know, when I have to hide that, everybody knows the great guys that used to take coke and Dennis Brown. And we can't call others too, but Dennis Brown and Greg Isaac is two artists where Jamaican people love them, hardcore. But me never hear nobody else say, them a take off Gregory off of the show because he is a coke man. Or a true police catch him with it. So if police catch you with the coke is a different thing from if them know say you use coke. Me don't know. Me don't know that go. Because you have man who them catch with gun and me don't hear nobody tell them say them not to go up and show. Because them police find a man with gun. So them not alone to go up and show. Because them find him with gun. So I don't know if it's my mind or my brain because me not condone nothing, but me just say what that have to do with the show or him not gonna sing good no. Me don't know. What you think? You think them if them find out say a man take court, them should take him off a show. Like the next artist where we are going to play here now. Out of Jack Ruby stable here so now. Cottage in Negril. In a cottage in Negril, him talk about coke in a Negril, you know. And even Dennis Brown have a tune, you know. Dennis Brown have a tune where I say, you are like cocaine to me. Yes. Dennis Brown have a tune where he mention say, the girl is like cocaine to him. And everybody play that tune upon every radio station. That tune is not a band tune. Tracy, you know that tune they get banned? Remember, I'm going to play it before the night done. And see if what them call them? The broadcasting commissioner will call me and tell me not to play it. Because me never hear nobody tell you, me never come in and see no sign yet to say, don't play that tune by Dennis Brown when I'm singing about your woman is like cocaine to him. Or Cottage in Negril, where Tyrone Taylor about cocaine. Or even Night Nurse. Even Night Nurse. We get clouded in a whole heap of argument. Night Nurse. Only one you can quench this at thirst. Anyway, Tyrone Taylor, one of them artists where did them amongst Jack Ruby. The Ann section was an integral part of Jack Ruby production them. If you listen to all the Burning Spirit tune them, and Burning Spirit is one of the only artists when we know over the years tour continually with the Ann section. As an artist, not as a band, because most of the band them used to, you have, band with tour with Ann section. You know, like 809 used to tour with them Ann section. Ras Bass, what them call themselves again? What them call them? The Ann section, Dean Fraser, Nambo, and Chico was the Ann section for 809. But when you listen to Jack Ruby production them, believe you me, not left out the hand them at all.
Brother killing brother for a piece of bread. Sisters and being sisters for a brand new dress. Ain't that sad? Keep life table turn. Yeah. Keep the fire love so burn. Keep life table turn. Come on, my brother. Keep the fire love so burn. Turn. Turn. Keep life table turning, brother.
Yeah, when I listen to them tune, I can never hear them on no other radio station. You understand? Because even though we there talk about Jack Ruby and I make a big thing over it, you that did hope say people that really, it's not like you jump on a bandwagon, but you say, yeah, true, Jack Ruby, you need to get in line with this celebration, yeah. Because if me have a radio station, believe you me, I mean you're another radio station that promote Jack Ruby. Would I get on board? I tell you, would I get on board, Rasta? When I take pride and this and that, make me feel like say, oh, for Irish do it, I'm not going to do that too. No, sir. In the interest and benefit of the music and for the people them who produce and push the music out there, me would have to get on board. It's nice to see some 2 more or 3 more radio station a broadcast. We are going down there live and for them radio station too. But I guess that is not good business practice. I can't whatever say, yeah, it's not good business practice. When the idiot people them are talking in a parliament, everybody have cut the microphone to get a piece of the lie and the wickedness what them a do and what them a say. You understand? So why them shouldn't really have them microphone long there? Even have a little news, them really, it's not nice. What I say at a radio station, what I say? What are you saying? Believe you me, I remember I celebrate Marcus Garvey's birthday every year. And now I remember start this year they have the inaugural Life Achievement Award, Jimmy Cliff. And me at Tout Burning Spear now. I hope Cabo listen to me I say, you know. Cabo, I know you listen and all, you producer them, you know. Who are producer them? Tracy, a Cabo producer too? No. Shamara? Yes. And the other little one will come here. What's your name again? Sandre. The new one, eh? Sandre. What's your name? Sandre. Sandre? Alright. What's your graduation name? But it is nice if the recognition of Burning Spear, especially like how Burning Spear come from this parish where IRFM come from, where Jack Ruby, they might promote Jack Ruby. It is nice if you consider the views expressed here is the views of Mutabaruka. And Mutabaruka is talking to the people them who is responsible for the Life Achievement Award to the artists them. As we can see, Jimmy Cliff got it this year. So Mutabaruka is talking to IRFM and saying that he would hope that Burning Spear is considered next year for a Life Achievement Award. Not only because he was really responsible for Jamaica people to remember Marcus Garvey through music, and promote Marcus Garvey through music, but also because IRFM and Burning Spear is in the same parish. And IRFM promote Marcus Garvey every year. Every year Marcus Garvey is promoted. So I just got me a plea to the program director for, and I hope not because I say it now, them don't do it. I said, if we go do it now, you're going to use that true Mutabaruka say. Augustus Pablo is the next one of them artists. Big Melodica. Them think they're doing a reggae music again. I don't think they're the music again, you know. Why you have to just, I'm glad somebody did it when them things are going on in the Rasta, because believe you me, can you imagine a xylophone in the music again? Xylophone. You know, I mean xylophone, if you ask most youth what is a xylophone, them don't know what is a xylophone. A Melodica, them don't know, all mouth organ. Remember Roy Richard used to blow the mouth organ in his nose. Believe you me, what a thing. What a thing. Augustus Pablo. We're going to start over that tune. We're going to start over that tune because Augustus Pablo is one of them classical musicians. You know, only by them musicians, they did have classical background, yes. And them turned to Jamaican music and manifest that background in the music, in them own way and own style. You know, information is very important to inspiration, you know. If you don't have no information, you know, most of your inspiration is like superstition. But you have musicians who was inspired because they were given to information, and that information was to listen to other kind of music. And when I say other kind of music, I don't mean a reggae artist I listen to a reggae artist. You know what I mean? Like, you know, they have a background of music. So them can step into any shoe, any style, any fashion. That's why a man like who want you love Sly? Who want you love Sly Dunbar, you know? You say, are you hurt there today? Who want big up Sly? Who want play the tune for Sly? Meanwhile, they are talk about it. But a man like Sly listen to so much music and play in a so much genre of music. Me take up some CD and see Sly and Robin name on it up me and say, but wait, Sly and Robin name upon the album me Rasta. And it have nothing to do with reggae. Nothing at all. But the man them was informed, them have information, musical information that inspire them. And it's enough time Sly and Robbie change the form of the music, the beat of the music. Change it. And them inspired by just listening and playing and just developing a style for themselves. And them still there. And them can play any kind of music there. You have some dancehall music which like them are produce. Straight up dancehall music. And you have real reggae, hardcore reggae music. And then you have some other music. Me see some Chinese album. And me look, me see Sly Rabbit upon the Chinese album. I say, weird. Fella Ransom Kuti. Calling you African people. This is an African court. I mean, like Sly and Rabbit play the music there. Why you love Sly? Happy birthday to Sly Brethren. I tell you, sometimes I do the program and I know say at least one somebody out there listen, and that is Sly. We are playing the song of Sly. Augustus Pablo. Go ask you, I go play some music. I want dub festival. I mean like dub festival, 4 days. Them I play dub, pure dub. I mean I say, you can't have that like that in Jamaica. You could have never have something like that in Jamaica, you know. It's weird, you know. Or me I said dub, you know, me I talk about like them kind of music, you know. Me I talk about like, you know, Chronics and Kabaka Pyramid and them way there. I know that we are talking about them kind of music, yeah. And them kind of music I hear for like 3-4 days. With different sound man come and just play. Them don't want to play no Bob Marley. No Bob Marley. That them thing that was dub. That genre of music where nobody speak of, nobody talk about that part. Or the dub music influence a whole heap of music. Like techno music. Like them call it jungle music. A dub music influence them kind of music there.
Jack Ruby migrated in the early stages of his life to Kingston, where his experience in Greenwich Farm led him to the top of a pool of local music producers. While in Kingston, Jack Ruby acquired an enviable awareness in social consciousness. His street credit grew, and throughout his years in what may be referred to as street or gully college, Jack Ruby graduated with distinction. He was a respected leader wherever he lived. Ruby embodied magnetism and charisma of noticeable in world leaders. Jack changed lives, prepared people for high offices in entertainment, and even changed the name of the street he lived on. James Avenue in Ocho Rios was once known as Music Avenue all over the world. The music fraternity had a special love for Blackbeard Lawrence Jack Ruby Lindo because he had a special love for the music. In the late 1960s, Jack Ruby left Kingston for Ocho Rios. In his 1959 Chevy Impala, Ruby transported boxes full of everything, including his amplifier. Then came the birth of Jack Ruby High Power Sound System with the motto, Boss of the North Coast. Ruby quickly lived up to his motto by becoming the boss of the North Coast. This attracted the talent of King Stitt as resident DJ, and with the compilement of boxes increasing from 10 to 15 or double 18s, a couple of 12s, and a sea of tweeters topped by 2 steel horns, the high power system became powerful enough to encompass not only the North Coast but also the South, East, and West. Jack Ruby's high power became the sought-after sound system in dancehall, with the capacity to play on big lawns, football fields, and spacious countrysides. Jack Ruby, through direct insight on the road and in the dancehall, began to dominate and rule party scenes. With his high-power sound and growing entertainment experience, he established the Jack Ruby Music, Sports, and Cultural Center in Ocho Rios. Jack Ruby Music, Sports, and Cultural Center became the center of entertainment and the venue of choice for North Central Jamaica. The high-power sound system began to string up for Ocho Rios locals every Wednesday night. This opened the door for many DJs to get a real chance to express themselves. The weekend shows were then dominated by Yellow Man, Hugh Brown, Father Demos, Josie Wales, and Brigadier Jerry, later to be joined by DJs like President Brown, Nigga Mikey, Tiger, Junior Demos, and singers such as Coco T, Courtney Melody, and Singing Melody. Militancy was always part of Jack Ruby. His high-power sound was run with militancy and discipline. Ruby lived his life as a militant and was an advocate for black revolution and clean and well-produced reggae music. Jack Ruby was known to walk out of production meetings with anyone who would seek to endorse unprofessionalism. Ruby would label such producers as reducers, corrupting the youth. Jack Ruby guided many artists to begin their recording careers. He aided many musicians to join touring bands and was generally at the hub of the music industry. Jack Ruby Music Avenue entertained legends from all walks of life, including Jackie Mitu, who spent his last few weeks of a vacation from Canada in the company of Jack and his associates, along with Boy George and Rolling Stones' Keith Richards. Jack Ruby's success in recording and his part in the musical revolution with Bob Marley, Scully, and fellow Southman producer King James resulted in Jack braving his transition and gaining early success with Burning Spear's Marcus Garvey album. The success of Burning Spear and Jack Ruby was such that any producer would dream to have. A signing by Island Records propelled the Jack Ruby produced Marcus Garvey internationally. Marcus Garvey then became one of the most pirated reggae albums ever, as at that time the reggae industry struggled with copyright issues crossing over to world music status, and notable copyright agencies were just beginning to form. The continuous evolution of Jamaican music skyrocketed when Jack Ruby joined forces with Burning Spear, creating a turning point moment with the album Marcus Garvey. And now, to end Jamaican roots and culture, here is our famous black quotation: "He who fears is literally delivered to destruction." The words of Howard Truman. He who fears will literally be delivered to destruction. And that's how we end this week's edition of Jamaican Roots and Culture. For Jamaican Roots and Culture, I'm Pat Clark.
Yes, Pat Clark. May I tell you the feature them, I enjoy the feature them, you know. May I tell you that up front. I enjoy them totally, man. Believe you me, give thanks. Okay. We want to change up the vibes a little here now. We want to talk to Umir Khan. You might not know, but there is a Muslim community here in Jamaica. I'm not talking about the one on South Camp Road. I'm talking about the one in Clarendon, Ulaba to be exact. And they are having them 5th annual conference, Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat, Jamaica. On the line we have Umir Khan, make him can pronounce and explain. We want to talk to him because also this conference extends itself also into England this year at the end of July. So we want to talk to Umir. Well, not only Umir now, we're talking to Haji Maharaj, member of the community, and also of Justice of the Peace. I don't know if you ever pass and see that big mosque. But people don't know what is a mosque in a Jamaica, but a mosque is where the Muslims go and have fellowship and worship in. You know, Christians go to church, understand? And what them call them, Jews go to tabernacle or temple. Well, Muslims go to mosque. Good night.
Good night.
Oh, this
Good
is,
night.
Okay, okay, give thanks. I hear the tone one time. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. All right, is Miss Haji Maharaj is a lady that came to my house?
Yes, that's her.
Okay. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. So tell me something now. Believe you me. You know, so are you who want to talk to more than Khan?
Why me?
Because you're a woman. And people hardly hear Muslim women speak. Because there's a lot of things that is said about Muslim women that we should have really listened to a Muslim woman and say if most of what we hear is true. Because most of what we hear is very negative as it relates to how men, how Muslim men treat. Well, we hear that about Rasta too, and we hear that about black man in general. We hear about black man. So it's not like a thing we don't go Muslim, but we want to really get some clarification about it. But we could talk first about the conference that is going to be held this Saturday in Old Harbor.
In Old Harbor.
Yeah, explain to the people. Well, maybe could I explain to the people then that?
Yes.
And then they can go to sleep after that.
Okay.
Khan.
Yes, so the conference is happening this Saturday, May 13th. It's at 11 o'clock. We do this conference every year, but because we see that there is a need for people to, remove a lot of those misunderstandings. So this year, we're opening this conference for the public to come see with their eyes and experience what the Muslim community is all about. And the conference is also on Sunday, and you brought up the issue about women looked at in a negative way in Islam. So on Sunday morning, there's actually a ladies' session, and the ladies are going to run that program inside the mosque, and it's open to all Jamaican women to come
Sunday.
Ask questions.
Wait, Sunday?
Yeah, that's Sunday morning at 11 o'clock.
Okay. I should be there at that one.
Well, you're welcome on both days. So
all right. I definitely going to come on Saturday, though. I'm going to come on Saturday.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
The only place I've ever been into a mosque is in Morocco. I went into a mosque in Morocco, but I've never really actually. Well, I've been to a mosque too in Kingston. There's a mosque in Kingston around near Reddings Road. I don't know if you know that place.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. All right. So tell me something now. Believe you me, because it's the first I hear about this this I don't want to call it denomination of Muslims. It's the first I hear about them, and to be honest with you, I never even know that this group is in Jamaica. So how long you been here?
Well, the first convert within our community in Jamaica was in 1994. And since then, we've had a few more members. But in 2011 is when the community started growing more here. That's when we had our mosque in Old Harbor built. So that was kind of officially when the community was organized here. And some of our missionaries, we have one missionary in Clarkstown. And recently, we had a Jamaican-born and raised missionary who went to Ghana, West Africa, and he just came back last year. So we've been around officially from 2011, so we're generally still a very new community in Jamaica, and we're just trying to let Jamaicans know that, Islam has nothing to do with terrorism.
Yeah, but Muslims was here before, though. Before your group came here, the Muslims was here, yes. So,
Muslims go back to the, history in Jamaica when people came in the early days to Jamaica. There were many Muslims who had migrated here, and Ms. Mirage could probably touch on that more.
Yeah, well, I know that the Maroons, a lot of the language that the Maroons use is Arabic.
Right.
Because they use Salam Alaikum too. The Maroons use Salam Alaikum.
Right.
A
lot of them were.
Eh?
A lot of them were from West Africa.
Yeah.
And where Ahmadiyya, our movement, Ahmadiyya is very, very large.
Yeah.
And don't forget that when the Spaniards came here before the British, lots of Muslims came too.
Yes.
Right, and then the indented laborers that came from Asia.
India, yes.
From a large percentage of them were Muslims.
Yes,
the others were Hindus.
Yes.
And that is where I personally came from. You know, I'm from a family where some of my relatives were Muslims, some were Hindus, and some were Christians, because my mother's side is of African descent.
Yes.
Looking at me, it's hard to tell, but my mother is an African woman.
No, well, I look at you, I know, so you have African in you. From my, I never ever try to figure it out. I just know so well this woman have African in her, even though she look Indian, but she have African in her.
Right. So yes, it's very much a part of our culture here in Jamaica. It might be small, but it is definitely here.
All right. So tell me something. What is the difference between this group and say the group like at South Camp Road? What's the difference?
All right. The main difference is that the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, the founder of Islam, he had prophesied that a time would come that when Muslims go through a phase of, becoming misguided, just as the Jews went through that phase. So Jesus came for them as a Messiah. So he said a Messiah would also come amongst the Muslims. Now the difference between our community in Islam and the other communities, the interpretation is different. The other Muslims, they believe the second coming of Messiah to literally mean that Jesus of Nazareth is physically going to descend, is going to come back to the world. We believe that those prophecies were not meant to be taken literally.
Okay.
We believe that someone like the way Jesus came to guide his people, in the same way, a Messiah would come amongst the Muslims to guide the Muslims. Now, in 1835, a person in India named Hazrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad, he claimed that he was the second coming of the Messiah. And he preached to the Muslims that in this era, there is no need to fight with weapons to defend your religion. And he said that the weapon of this era, in this age, is the pen. Is through dialogue, education, that Islam will be able to spread its message the way it's meant to. It's not through warfare and violence and intimidation. So that was his message. So that's the main difference, that we take him to be the Messiah, and the other Muslims are waiting, similar to how Christians are also waiting for Jesus to literally come back.
Okay, all right. I don't know if you ever heard about the Bafal. You have ever heard about the Bafal? They mostly find themselves in Senegal. There's a group of brethren and sisters who recognize a brethren by the name of Sheikh Amadou Bamba. I don't know if you ever heard of it. They are Muslims, but they are very unorthodox. Something like what you are saying, but they view Sheikh Amadou Bamba, and what they do, strangely enough, them locks and don't wear shoes. Whole heap of them don't wear shoes and them locks. If you see them, you think them is Rasta. You can Google them, the Bafals them. But why I mention them is because they have a next perspective of Islam that is not keeping in line with what we call the Orthodox Islam. Similar to your idea about, Christ coming forward, not necessarily the same individual, but through the person of a next person. Yeah, and I know that a lot of Rastas see that too, that Christ is not the same man that going to come back, but him going to come through the person, and he have come through the person of Haile Selassie. So why I'm saying this is that a lot of what we hear about Muslims and Islam, I find that it's really Arab culture that is intertwined in Islam that decide the outcome of Islam. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to get at. In other words, for instance, woman must drive car and all this.
Yeah, it is a culture, and then they use that negative culture to define the religion. But that's not the religion.
Yes. So what
not Islam.
What I think Islam needs, well, not Islam, I can't tell you what to do, but is to make the difference between what is Arab culture and what is Islam in its essence, because people have this notion. For instance, 72 version, they're not like that in the Quran. This is what the Arabs brought up as part of it, and because so much of Islam is intertwined with Arabia, Mecca and all these things, a lot of people get the notion that when them hear about these things, it's really Islam them hearing about and not necessarily Arab culture. We have to make that distinction. You don't think so?
So, Brother Musa, the interesting thing is that amongst 1.6 billion Muslims, Arabs are actually a minority in the Muslim world.
Yeah.
There are more non-Arab Muslims. The largest Muslim in the world right now is Indonesia.
Yes.
Pakistan, India.
Yeah.
These countries have more Muslims than the Arab countries themselves.
Yeah, but is the Arab culture, because a lot of people who become Muslims change them name to Arab names. You see, so it's the Arab culture that is defining Islam. It's not Indonesia, even though Indonesia have the most Muslims them. That is not Pakistan. It's Arab. It's the Arabs them that has taken over the cult, taken over the religion, and has made it their own to the point where Africans in Africa change them name from African name to Arab name. Who's going to now make that distinction between what is Arab culture? Or you will have something against you if you start to show people that this is Arab culture must be separated from what is the essence of Islam. I don't know if that is needed or necessary.
Well, definitely the Ahmadiyya culture is showing the difference.
Yeah.
As you know, our motto is love for all, hatred for none. And the Ahmadiyya movement, our prophet, peace be upon him, that state that he would send somebody, as he just said that in Ghulam Ahmed, and he came for the whole world, not just for Arab people, but for everybody of whatever class or climb or whatever you are. So yes, we and the Ahmadiyya movement, which spans over 200 countries in the world, have embraced every nation of people, every race of people. So yes, one of the largest communities within our community is actually in West Africa right now. Right.
Places like Ghana, Nigeria, Liberia, Sierra Leone. So yeah, there is that Arab, because I think it was because of the good, examples that were set by those early Arab companions of Prophet Muhammad.
Yeah.
There was one companion who was actually a black slave during his time. His name was Bilal. And eventually he received his freedom, and he was one of the earliest converts to Islam. And many people in the Muslim world, they actually named their children after him. Although he was a black man from Ethiopia, they named a lot of white Arabs, brown Pakistanis, Chinese Muslims, they named their child after a black man because of his righteous deeds and the good example that he set. And you know what? And Prophet Muhammad's last sermon is very interesting. And I would love that my Jamaican brothers and sisters, try to do some research and find, look into what his message was. In his last sermon, he actually said that keep in mind that no Arab has any superiority over a non-Arab, nor does any white have any superiority over a black, nor any black over a white. And he made it very clear in his message that, skin tone and color it's not what God looks at. And he said that God looks at the purity of your heart and, the purity of your actions that judge that judges people, right? So,
all right. We can ask you a question. What you are saying now, is it coming from the prophet that you speak about, or is it coming from the Quran itself? Because it's coming from the Quran. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And so just so people know, I'm actually talking from the Quran. There's a verse in the Quran, and it says that God has created tribes and other groups of people for beautification and identity. And then later on in the verse it says, but the most honorable among you is he who is the most righteous. So yes, there's different cultures and races, and God made the world beautiful. But he said the thing that he judges people according to is not their skin tone or their culture. It's according to the righteousness that they have in their hearts.
So how you deal with that now on a physical level? Because what happens now is that you have one country that is Muslims, and you say you're going to accept everybody. So if you have a country now that is both Muslims and Christians, how you rectify that situation politically? Because I know in Gambia, the former president, Jammeh, he was a Muslim, but a lot of the population was Christians, but he made the state a Muslim state without discrimination for the Christians. You never have Christians and Muslims fighting under Jammeh, even though he was a Muslim. So what I say now is that in a country where you have Muslims and Christians, how you rectify that? If a Christian is the head of the country, how we work that out?
We live in harmony. We live in harmony with everybody.
Okay.
We see everybody.
But sometimes the laws that govern a Christian state, sometimes is opposing Islam.
Yes.
So let me explain it to you like this.
Yeah.
We're Muslims right now living in Jamaica, which is a Christian country.
Yeah.
Now, according to our holy book, the Holy Quran, the Quran says that do not create disorder in your countries.
Yeah.
It says that whoever is in authority, it is the responsibility of a Muslim to follow those laws of the land. So if I'm a Muslim Jamaican living in Jamaica, it is my responsibility, according to my faith, to not only give my obedience to the authority.
Yeah.
Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, he actually said that loyalty to the country that you live in is part of faith. So Islam is actually teaching Muslims that even if you are living in a non-Muslim country, it is your responsibility as a citizen of that country to obey the laws of the land and create unity and love and no hatred, right? Love for all.
Yeah. But there's sometimes when the law of the land conflict with Islam. For instance, the Sharia law when they ball out in France, they mustn't wear that thing, go to school on them head. The what do you call the thing that you wear on your head again?
The hijab.
The hijab, yeah, the ladies them. That is true, and the law is coming out and saying you could have deal when they are in our country. That is what the French was saying, that when they are in our country, must abide by the law of that country. We don't want them to wear that thing on them head. Or you come to grips with that.
So the answer that the Quran gives in a situation like that is that if you are having difficulty in a certain land in practicing your faith, and we're not allowed to rebel against the government. We're not allowed to, cause disorder.
So you leave then. You leave. That is it.
Right. That's what the Quran says, is that you immigrate. And then the Quran says if you immigrate for the sake of your faith, God will open ways of, success and blessings.
Yeah. Okay. So that suggestion was that a lot of those people in France who born there and take unto themselves that faith should leave. Because I don't know where them going to go. Them is French.
Well, I think the realistic way in many of these situations is that not everybody can move away, right? They don't have, not everyone has that luxury.
Yeah, that's the point.
I think what the Muslim communities around the world do in situations like that is that there's a proper democratic way to, try to win that process, right? And it's unfortunate that because of the bad examples of a few individuals who label themselves as Muslims, that's one of the reasons why some of these laws are coming into place, is because it's that negative image that's coming out to the non-Muslims. And they've come to a point where they're like, all right, maybe all of these people are like this, right? And I think through dialogue, and that's the way our community does in many parts of the world, is that you write letters to politicians, you open your doors, you welcome people to the mosque, you educate the public and especially the authorities. Like even here at our mosque in Old Harbor, we had many people from the police department, schools, professors, students come, and we welcome that because that helps educate people. So people understand that our community is peaceful. There's no way politicians would ever make laws that would make our lives difficult, right?
Yeah. All right. Just a minute. I'm going to come forward to you. I'm going to tell somebody and come forward. Yeah, this is the Cutting Edge on RFM. Yeah, we're talking some Islam tonight. We're talking Islam. Okay, you still there?
Right, I'm here.
Yeah, all right. What was it before we leave, by the way? So much things are going on inside us. So we're talking about the Arab influence on Islam and how it lends itself to misinterpretation of what Islam is. You know, and you feel you can rectify that? You think doing that, what you're doing in Jamaica so far, you think that it has helped to really make people, especially in the community where the mosque is, you feel that it has done a service to the that people can see, say, this is not what you hear on CNN and NBC and these things?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, we are making an impact. I mean, first of all, as a Jamaican, I would never be a part of any organization that is not going to have a positive contribution to my people. That's the first thing. And knowing me, I'm a nurturer, I'm a caregiver for the whole world. There I became a mother for my own first child. I became a mother to every living thing. So it sits well with me, you know. Islam sits well with me. You know, our motto is love for all, hatred for none. If you come, hopefully when you come on Saturday, you'll get an opportunity.
I'm coming. Don't worry, I'm coming.
Yes.
I'm coming down there. Yes.
Right, and you're going to see the love. There are so many social programs that we have going on. We just finished basketball and football tournaments for the young boy. These are at risk, especially the football under 17. These are young boys who, in the depressed areas, who might be doing something other than good deeds. We take them, we train them, and we give them a place to come and have their recreation. We host the CDC, which is the Community Development Committee meetings there. We run through the CDC literacy class. They host all of this. The mosque is like a community center. When you come to Old Harbor, you'll see. The mosque is literally a community center. Where we live, we have no official community center, so we use the mosque for everything. Okay. We are right now. We're one of our brothers from Canada is running this course for free, where he's teaching the young people how to fix smartphones. You know, and you know when it's just a community of love. You just love everybody. We try to encourage them to stay in school.